Regina, right?
Yes,
Regina.
yes, it is. It's Regina. It's
Regina. Okay.
Thank you so much for joining TTIN. TTIN is called The Time Is Now, and it is a podcast that focus on each individual at their different space in life. So it's all about focusing on their now and how they have reached that particular space, time in life. It's like capturing the beauty of a person's life. That's it.
Okay. Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
so the time is now. So with no further ado, introduce us to you. Who are you?
Oh, yes, I'm just a guy who love to do a lot of things. I started when I was a child to practice some sport. My mother is an athlete, and she introduced me in the sport, in the sport game, and my career started when I was something like 10 years old. And from there, every day I train myself to arrive at the Olympic Games. But of course, I'm not just only a sportman, but I love do a lot of things. For example, in my page, you can see I love travel. I love make photo about travels. So I just love my life. I love enjoy all the things of the life. And this is the most important thing for me. It's not what you do, but is how you enjoy what you do. Is different, you know. Can you hear me? Oh, okay, awesome. Because I cannot hear you right now.
I wasn't saying nothing. I was just listening.
Okay, okay, perfect. Yeah. And that's me. So I just love everything of my life, trying to do every day something better, be the best versions of me. So this is Giuseppe Leonardi.
So can you tell? You said like you participated in the Tokyo, am I right?
Yeah.
So can you tell us like the road that led you to Tokyo?
The road wasn't easy because this year in particular I got a lot of injured, and when you injured yourself, you will not having a good time. So you will encounter a lot of problematic, especially while you're training. And the most important things when you injure yourself is the mindset. You need to stay focused on your targets. And the whole year was a disaster because the training was going well, but I injured myself 1-2 months before the season of the races for qualifying for the Olympic Games. So lot of troubles, but in the Italian Championship, I placed myself in the first positions, and I arrived at the Olympic Games. So it wasn't easy, but it's all about mindset. This is probably the most important things in life. You will encounter a lot of problems, but you don't go to panic mode. You just need to solve them. And once I arrived in the Olympic Games, I was happy like if I had won a medal because I solved my injured problems. So, but also before this season, I encounter a lot of problems. If you are a sportsman, if you are an athlete and trying every day, injury are just a part of the game. So that's all. It's never easy. It's never easy, but if you just believe in your dreams, in everything. You believe in your dreams, you can do everything in this world. And of course, all the people encounter bad times in your life, and in some moments you will not you will just think, oh no, that this is a bad, it's a bad timing, it's a bad things. Sometimes you probably don't know how to solve the problems, but just stay focused and focus on yourself and focus on how you solve your problems, and I bet you will achieve everything. Oh, at last, this right now working for me, so and I continue to envelop myself. So, but I strongly believe in this.
All right, so you said you stated that you were focusing, you had to focus on the positive
Yeah.
aspects of
Yes.
the situation of you injuring yourself. While
Yes.
focusing on the positive, how were you able to focus on the positive even though you were faced with this, like this with this negative aspects, like you might not get healed, you might not be able to compete, you might not do
Yeah.
this, you might not do that. How were you able to just focus on the positive aspect?
Don't be panic, because once you are injured, you are injured, so you just need to focus yourself on in what you can do, because if you're injured, you just know that you need to solve that problem, and for solve that problem, you just you needed to start to think positive, because if you don't think positive, you just surrender yourself and stay focused on your target. And for me, was the most important things of all my life. Going to the Olympics was my mainly target, and I cannot let go of my dreams. So I just started to invest in myself. I was injured, but I did every day, for example, abs, push-ups, and other things. For example, if I have an injury on my legs, I will train my abs, I will train my biceps, but I will train myself the same. And like if I will not be injured, I don't know if I explaining good, but that's the things. You are injured, your a part of your body will not collaborate, but if your mind, if your mind collaborate, that part would start to feel better, because you are in your target, and that's the most important things. For example, I was injured, but for me, injured started to go to. I will after that I got an injured on my leg. I started to go to nutritionist. For example, I never went to a nutritionist, but I started to do, because I needed to go for feel better myself. I started to do a lot of things, but that's the positive mindset. That's I could be depressed. I could be feel bad and stop training, but why? No sense about that. No sense, because if I started to feel depressed, I will just let my dream go away. And that's the positive mindset about what I was talking about.
Okay, that's a huge inspiration right there, because you saw your difficulty and you know you have, like, there's a negative aspect. There is a negative aspect that you could focus on, but you decided to, like, focus on the positive aspect, because by focusing on the positive aspect, you can actually reach your goal. And so,
Yeah.
while at the Olympic, how do you felt doing the Olympic and before you got there?
Before the
Before
Olympic
and
Games?
after and during.
Okay. Before the Olympic Games, probably I was I was happy, but feeling like I didn't realize what I did. So my father and my mother was happier than me, for example. I was happy, but that's a guy that live his normal day. And during the Olympic Games, the same. I know it's strange, but arrived at the Olympic Games, I feeling normal. I feel normal, like a normal day. I don't know. Of course, I was uh, anxious for the race, but nothing special, honestly, because I suffered before. So I enjoyed myself when I did the Italian championship for qualifying the Olympic Games. I exploded of of happy. I was super happy. But before the Olympic Games, days before, I remember I feel nothing. And the same during the Olympic Games. And later, the Olympic Games, I realized that what I did. I realized that I'm an Olympic athlete, and that is different, different feelings, different emotions. So, but for me, it was an important experience, very important experience. But I enjoyed before the Olympic Games, but not 1, 2, 3 days before. 1 month before, when I did the Italian Championships, for me it was like winning a medal at the Olympic Games. I know it's not the same, of course, but my personal satisfaction for arrive to qualify for the Olympic Games was a dream that came true. So, and after the Olympic Games, I started a dream about the next Olympic Games, about Paris. But time I don't want to go with the injured or all the problems. I will care myself better. I want to go to Paris. I want to go to Paris like a main actor, like the best version of myself. And that was that is what I was thinking after the Olympic Games.
Okay, and so what I grasp is that during your injury, you focus on a positive mindset, and therefore you were able to encounter a positive outcome and reach your goal to go to the Olympic trial. You went there, and then you made it through, just good.
Yeah.
And then you enter into the Olympics game. But the most enjoyable part was the trial, because that was when you saw like all your hard work definitely did pay off. And indeed, like being at the Olympic is a phenomenal atmosphere, a phenomenal experience. You felt like you earned that, and so therefore it just felt normal, because that's what you work hard for. And now at the end of the game, at the end of the Olympics game, you realize, you see how before the Olympics game you were injured, and the next Olympic game you want to go there. So therefore you're going to make sure that you don't encounter such injury as you did before. If it can be more, you can experience and grow more differently than how you did before the Tokyo.
You got the point. You got the point.
That's good. That's good.
Exactly.
That's good. And so, what would you tell a 17-year-old Giuseppe?
What? Sorry.
What would you tell a 17-year-old Giuseppe?
A 17 years old Giuseppe?
Yeah. What would you tell yourself back then? Like an encouraging thing.
What I told, what the 17 years old Giuseppe told?
like you, right? Well, what would you tell your past self about now? Like, like tuition an encouragement for your past self. Do you understand?
Oh, okay, yeah. I encourage. Honestly, I will not say nothing to my 17 years old Giuseppe, but just because uh, the 7 years old Giuseppe was the same that is me. So uh, okay, probably I would say that stay focused on your feelings or your dreams, and focus on your life more, because a guy that is 17 years old probably uh, will play a lot of PlayStations and all that video games, but honestly, I was a guy that training myself every day on track and field. So my mindset was very similar to the mindset that I have today. Uh, if I had encountered myself of 17 years old, I think was the same, and ever focus on my targets. Track and field started to be my work when I was 19 years old, and for arrive at 19 years old with a work is just because my 17 years old was focused on the targets on my targets. So it's probably I will be in peace with my 17 years old.
So you spoke about your mother and your father being encouraging to you and how your mother is an artist. Am I right?
Yeah.
So can you tell me how have your family impacts your goal and impacts you reaching your goal in your life as a whole?
Yeah. My father and my mother are my number one inspiration in my life, but just because we had also some bad timing in our life. It's not like not every days are beautiful. We transferred from the North Italy to the South Italy a lot of time ago when I had 14 years old, because my father lost the work, and we cannot live in the north of Italy. So we went to the South Italy, and what I loved on my father was their determinations, because they started to find a job, to find a job for live for not letting us without our pleasure, without without the track and field, without all that things. And my father and my mother are my first inspiration in my life, and I think I took the mindset thanks to them. Right now, nowadays, we are going into beautiful days, and I'm happy for this, because like me, that I found my work at 19 years old. My mother and my father did the same. Uh, mm, Enveloped themselves, uh, and without nothing, they started to build something, you know. And I'm very proud of them about this, and I will always thanks thanks them for what I have today, because I trained myself, yes, but thanks to my mother and my father, I had this opportunity, and I love my my family. Honestly, I love so much my family. Are one probably for me is the most important things on my life, more than track and field. So that's for sure.
Wow, that's really amazing. And is that since your mother and your father has inspired you and encouraged you throughout your life to this particular point in life, do you have a wife and a children?
Oh,
Do
yes,
you?
I will. Okay. Um, not right now. I don't have right now. I have a girlfriend, but it's not my wife yet. We stay together for six years together, but she's not my wife yet. But not because I don't want to be her my wife, but I think that once you marry and once you plan to have a daughter, you need to have a good economy. You need to be you need to offer the best for your daughter, you know. And I don't want to be a father if I cannot give my best to my daughter. This is why right now I don't have a family, not because I don't want, but because uh, be a father or be a mother is not easy, and you will take a big responsibility about that. And right now I cannot, but I work every day for try to do that, not just with track and field, but also with other projects. And I work every day and hoping something will arrive.
Okay. And so besides track and field, you said you work at another structure. What is that other job that you have?
Okay. I started 6 years ago to work about building project like social media management and build the websites. Right now I build websites and all the SEO, the part of the SEO of the website, Facebook advertising, other things. I studied a lot about that, but my second passion is the computer. When I was 10 years old, I started to use computer, and I learned a lot of things. So that is my secondary work. Uh, right now, I'm working in a project with my girlfriend. When we open a blog, when where we talk about our travels and the place where we went, and talk about where to eat, where how to arrive in the place, all information about that place. So I am hoping to do a good job, a good work, and earn something about thanks to the blog. But in the past, I had also a digital society where I helped uh, people to reach their goals. And but I finished to do the work because I focus myself on the track and field, because you cannot have two works in certain period of your life. You need to focus on one, and just because there was the Olympic Games, and once that they are finished, I have a little bit of free time to start and start building something.
So you're a travel blogger, am I right?
Yeah,
When you travel,
I,
you
I
blog.
I will try. I will
Yeah.
try.
Okay. And so,
Okay.
how has the current economic of the world affected or impacted you in a positive and a negative way?
Okay. For now, I went to Indonesia, Thailand, and Greece, and all these three countries are very different, but mostly are three poor countries. Uh, And what I love about poor countries is the people, and that every time the country are very, very beautiful. They have a lot of beautiful lands and have a lot of cultures. For example, in Indonesia, I see a cultural show where there was people dancing in the flame, and I love them. I love that show. The the country that have not good economic usually have a good story, have a strong story, have a strong culture, have beautiful places, and will treat you better, like a person will treat you better than the developed country. And that is what I love of that travel, because I love to travel for air stories, not to travel for do that the photo of the place. And yeah, I love take photo. Please don't misunderstand me. I love place photo, but what the most important things when you travel are the story of the people. See what they eat and learn about that culture. This is the most important things. When you travel, you don't think about the money. Yeah, you think about the money just because you think that you are in an underdeveloped place, but they don't deserve to be underdeveloped. You know, because they have a lot of story. But in all this place, usually the political situation is not good, because there is ever a problem of political situation, not of people, political situation, because you know, lot of rich people that will earn thanks to the poor people. It's not beautiful, but you learn a lot of things in these travels.
Okay, so what I grasp is that you do, at an economic level of your traveling, you do enjoy to go to those who are not as well developed, because like sometimes like people on that in that spectrum, they treat you more better than those who are in like are much better developed country. Am I right?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So
Yeah.
all right. So that's amazing. So if you, I'm going to answer your question, but if you could answer it in in Italian, that'd be good too. I mean, I may not understand it. Yeah, I may not
need to
understand
answer in
it.
Italian.
Yeah, if you can answer in Italian, I may not understand it, but you can translate it in English afterward. Is that okay?
Okay, I will try. I will try.
All right. So the question is, if you could give an inspirational quote to the viewer, it may be somebody who in your family or somebody who you never met. If you could give them inspirational quote or inspirational statement, what would it be, and how would you say it?
Please, can you repeat this inspiration statement?
Like if you could say something to inspire somebody, to motivate somebody, what would you say, and how would you say it?
What I would say for inspiration to people.
Yeah, yes, to inspire others. What would it be?
Okay, I will say first in Italian. Io direi di vivere la vita non pensando tanto ai soldi, non pensando a solo le cose brutte che ti passano davanti, ma apprezzare tutti i momenti più belli. Anche i momenti più brutti servono a renderti una persona migliore. E quando hai un momento brutto, impara da esso, impara che quell'errore servirà a renderti una persona migliore. Okay, now I repeat in English. If you encounter a bad moment, or you are having a bad day, learn from that. learn that an error or a bad day will help you to reach your the best version of yourself. This is what I said in Italian. If you are having a bad day, just enjoy the little things of your life, because you are not alone, because you are just a bad day is not a bad life. A bad day is just a bad day. But why you are living a bad day? Probably you are not focused on the good things of that day. Please tell me that I'm going good for me with my English, because I'm not sure that I'm explaining good. But I hope you understand what I said.
I do understand what you're saying. I'm going to try to say in the way you're going to say it. It's like you're saying that if you're facing a rough day in your life, don't let it hinder you, because that's just a day. It's not your whole life. You know, you can grow from that bad day, you know, and use that bad day as a stepping stone to get up there. Right?
Exactly. You get the point. Yeah.
I really do. I'm really thrilled and happy that you were able to take the time to just like allow me to use your time as now, to make your time to be now, you know.
I will say thanks to you for this interview. I just was worried about my English, because, you know, I'm not a native English, but as I said before, I love to learn. I love to challenge myself. This is why I'm here, because I know that I'm not perfect. I know that my English is not perfect, but I'm a new person, and I'm challenging myself to be better. This is the whole about. This is the whole answer about probably the interview. You know, I'm here to challenge myself. We talk about challenges, and I'm here with my English to challenge myself. And I want to say thank you for this, because I'm learning the new things of me.
If I can amend you, you spoke really well. You did a great job. So I'm like,
Thank you.
good. And
Thank you so much.
I'm gonna come to a close here. I'm just gonna close it up and say, thank you, Giuseppe, for allowing us to be here now. Thank you for allowing us to be able to encounter you at this particular time and space. We understand that life as it is, you may face difficulties in life, but no matter what happened, always see it as a stepping stone to get up there to a better day, a better moment, a better year, because that's all life is. It's all about growth and understanding that a difficulty does not hinder you. So with no further ado, TTIN would love to thank you for all that you allow us to encounter at this space in this time. And just so you know, the time is now for you to be motivated and to never give up. So thank you so much.
Awesome. Thank you, Regina.
Thank you.
Have a good day.